Hello, kiddies. It's me, John Kassir, the voice of the Crypt Keeper. You're listening to Drop the Mic.
Tomorrow night, you will enter the childhood home of our most brutal mass murderer. The home has been rigged up with several cameras, but for the most part, the audience will see only what you see.
Are you sure they're not just putting us in some house with hidden cameras in the shower?
This is gonna be fun.
The windows will be boarded up and all the doors will be locked shut behind them. No one will be allowed to leave until the show is over. Let the dangertainment begin.
You think this is the one that he used to, do his thing?
One flash and you could light up 1,000 computer screens.
You are like this close to getting voted off the island. Wait, what just happened? We just lost Bill's camera. There's somebody in the hall. Michael's here! Somebody please help us.
Hello, Michael. I knew you'd come sooner or later. What took you so long?
Trick or treat, mother.
Welcome back to our spooky podcast. I am your host, Swan, and this is Drop the Mic. Alongside me tonight, we welcome back Ryan Jiminez. What's up, man? How are you?
How's it going, man? Nice to be back. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. Thank you. It's going to be a lot of fun tonight, I'm pretty sure.
Yes, it is. A lot of laughs. A lot of talking shit.
But so now you're all tuned into Dangertainment, which is our special Halloween episode where we aim to dissect the worst of the long-running Halloween franchise, Halloween Resurrection. But first, let's get warmed up, shall we?
And now for a special news report, brought to you by Drop the Mic.
So, on the pop culture news front, do you have anything for us this week?
Yeah, I got a couple things. So, firstly, I don't know if you saw, IndieWire updated their 100 greatest horror movies of all time by adding 35 more movies.
Okay.
Did you see that?
I did not yet.
No? I'm not really too sure, the 35 newer movies they added. I'd seen this list a couple years ago. It looks kind of the same with an additional, some of the newer movies since I think the first list came out in 2018.
Okay.
But most notably, Friday the 13th comes in at number 135. I don't agree with that. I don't know what your thoughts on that. Out of 135, Friday the 13th is 135.
What? The first one?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, no, it's not that bad. That's crazy.
And it's super iconic, too. I don't see how it could be 135. Some more notables, The Evil Dead comes in at 125. 61 is Evil Dead 2.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. And then kind of like modern classics. My favorite on the list, which I think should be a little bit lower, It Follows comes in at 46.
Oh, okay.
Get Out comes in at 19.
Wow.
Which is pretty. Yeah. Scream is at 33.
Okay.
And then I'll just run down through the top 10. So the top 10 goes Night of the Living Dead at 10.
Okay.
Alien at 9.
Okay.
The Thing at 8.
Mm-hmm.
Eyes Without a Face at 7, which I've never seen. 6 is Psycho. 5 is Halloween. 4 is The Exorcist. 3 is Rosemary's Baby. 2 is Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And can you guess what number 1 is?
You already said The Exorcist?
Yeah, that was number 4.
Is 1 Poltergeist?
I want to say Poltergeist was like 60.
Okay.
Somewhere around there.
Oh.
It's The Shining at number 1.
That makes sense. Wow, The Shining got the number 1 spot, huh?
Yeah, I would have thought The Exorcist.
Yeah.
But yeah, The Shining. I think the top 10 is like I said, I've never seen Eyes Without a Face, but I think the top 10 is pretty solid.
Yeah. No, I actually haven't seen that one yet either. But other than that, yeah, you can't really argue with those picks.
Yeah. So yeah, and then the second piece, I don't know if you saw this, but supposedly, so the Barbie movie starring Margot Robbie and written by Greta Gerwig and Noah Baumbach has reportedly found its Ken in Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is fucking awesome. Like, so rad. What are your thoughts on that?
I was really surprised that he would take on a role like that, but I mean, I like that he's able not to take himself too seriously, and yeah, I think he fits the bill for Ken.
Yeah, he does.
Definitely.
I think I was reading somewhere where he kind of passed on it at first, and then because of something to do with scheduling, and then recently he decided to join. But yeah, I can't wait. That's going to be rad. But yeah, that's what I got for pop culture news.
Awesome. All right, that's great, because so I have 3 pieces for you, and you didn't bring any of them up yet, so that's exciting. So first up, I want to know your thoughts. This week we got our first real look at Disney's Lightyear project.
I mean, you know me and Disney, especially with Pixar. It looks good. Like, it's definitely something different. Like, I would have never thought in a million years that they'd go the route of an origin story of the person who Buzz Lightyear was modeled after. So yeah, dude, it looks really good. And Chris Evans as the voice is going to be rad.
I know a lot of people were iffy on that, but I mean, I feel like it wouldn't work with Tim Allen, right?
No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't at all. It had to have been somebody different. What do you think about it?
It's just a wild concept that I can't believe that they actually went through with. But I mean, it makes sense, you know, because supposedly Toy Story is done, even though they've said that before. So, you know, to try to branch off into other ways you can keep the franchise alive, it's pretty creative, you know, I could say that.
Yeah, no, it is. And like I said, Pixar, I don't think they put anything out that I haven't liked.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Pixar's pretty solid all around.
What else you got?
All right, moving on. So with Dune finally opening in the U.S. this past weekend, it's done very well for itself, pulling in about 40 million and cementing itself as one of the most streamed properties for Max so far, which has warranted Warner Brothers to give the green light for a sequel already. So Dune 2 is coming.
Yes. Like we talked about earlier, like I literally just saw it a couple hours ago and it blew me away. Yeah, it was. I'm gonna have to see it a couple more times on Max for it to fully register, but I loved it. And I'm glad that they're making a second one, because if they wouldn't have decided to make a second one, it would have been a bummer.
Okay, I think I get what you're saying. I know they do have, or Denis has like a plan for like several movies, because I think there's a lot of books in the Dune series. So a lot of ground that could potentially be covered. So, you know, as long as they keep people in the seats, well, I'm assuming they'll keep doing them, you know, and with a massive cast, the way that this first one had, I don't see people not eating it up in the future.
Oh yeah, and I definitely think that. And when is it supposed to come out? 23?
I think that's the plan. Yes.
I mean, by then everything should be, it should be okay. Fingers crossed, for more people to go out and see it. So I'm sure it's going to make tons more money than the first one, especially with it being exclusively in theaters.
Yeah, I see. They were also, I've heard talks about people wondering if Halloween Ends will be on Peacock again, but I would hope they wouldn't have to do that, especially because Halloween Kills did so well. Even though it was streaming, people wanted to go watch it in theaters, and it made this like crazy amount of money. So I don't know why they would want to necessarily do like streaming at home again, but it depends on where we are within this pandemic at that time,
Yeah, for sure.
And my final piece of news for you. So you weren't with us, but in last week's episode, we were talking about werewolves and kind of the mythos of werewolves. So the new Ryan Gosling project, The Wolfman, came up, and we kind of talked about it. With then the director was going to be Lee Winnell, who's done Upgrade, Insidious, and what was his new The Invisible Man.
Yeah.
So long story short, he had to drop out due to some scheduling conflicts, and then I guess our boy Ryan Gosling called up his good friend Derek Zianfrance, who is probably most well known for Place Beyond the Pines and Blue Valentine, which of course notably stars Ryan Gosling. But anyway, my point of bringing all this up is that Derek right now is in talks to now direct The Wolfman, and if you're familiar with this guy's vision, I feel like he could bring something like pretty special to this, and it makes me pretty excited.
Yeah, dude, I'm super excited for that. I love both of them, and I love the Universal Monsters, and I love the Invisible Man. So if it goes in that kind of route, kind of more serious route,
yeah,
I'm all in.
I'm pretty stoked,
Yeah.
Especially because those guys, I think Derek hasn't really done anything since 2016. So this will be like one hell of a project to come back with, and with, obviously, I think he shines with Gosling in his corner. So them kind of working together. I think it's Gosling's pitch idea. So it'll be essentially like a story conceived by Ryan Gosling, which is rad in itself. So yeah, I guess stay tuned for as the story unfolds for that new Wolfman project.
Hell yeah.
Moving on to weekly recommendations, do you have anything for us on that?
Well, I kind of already gave one of mine with Dune.
Okay.
Yeah, go and see it on the big screen. Get that experience if you're able to go and see it. But Sandy and I just started The Office over again, and we started with the super fan episodes on Peacock.
Okay.
And they're awesome. Like I don't own any of them on like DVD or Blu-ray or anything, so I don't know if those scenes are from that, but they're like completely new episodes. They have like tons of new content per episode. Like it's a good 10 minutes worth of new content per episode, which is rad. Like joke storylines throughout the episode that I've seen that series I think 18 times in a row now, and I'd never seen that. So yeah, that's my recommendation, the Superfan episodes of The Office on Peacock.
Okay. So I have just one for you this week. And it's Eli Roth presents a ghost